Hey guys, so today's video is a little bit different from my normal vlogging style, but I think you'll still get heaps out of it and still have a bit of a laugh and also hopefully learn some things in the process. So I have been getting so many messages lately asking me if I have any tips for like getting a flat stomach or abs or feeling leaner and that type of thing. So I thought I'd collate some of my best advice into a video and then you can refer back to it whenever you need to. I just want to pinpoint this by saying, of course, the typical aimeelouisefit speech that abs and having a flat stomach is not important at all, and I get that you may have those aesthetic goals and that's okay, you're allowed to have those goals, but it is not important. And just because someone that you look up to has a flat stomach or just because you think that's the way you should look does not mean that that's the reality, and I want you to keep that in mind. Some people are just genetically able to have abs. I've spoken about this before. I had visible abs even before I started working out. It's just a genetics thing. Some people just can't, and that's okay. Rock what you have. You might not be able to have a flat stomach, but you might have like the greatest glutes, or you might have like amazing shoulders or a really nice smile, and that's perfect. That's what makes you you. Also, one big thing for like getting a flat stomach and getting abs is that if you're holding on to excess weight or excess fat, it is going to be quite a bit harder for you to actually be able to see your abs, and so you might want to undergo like sort of a cutting or a fat loss phase. I'd only recommend that to you if you do have actually some weight to lose, and I don't want to say that and have younger people watching this that feel like they need to lose weight when they really shouldn't be losing weight, and feel like, oh, because I said that if you lose weight you'll get a flat stomach, you should lose weight. That's very far from the truth. Just if you know that you've just done a bulking phase, or you just want to sort of shed a little bit of winter coat, then that is perfectly okay. So in this video I'm going to be giving you some of my favorite ab exercises, as well as a few little tips here and there, like kind of lifestyle tips, some food tips, and just sort of a big incorporation of everything, and I hope I can help you all. So basically what you can get out of this video is some new ab exercises, which I use pretty much every single day, and you want to be incorporating those exercises every single day. Yes, you can have one maybe just abs day if you really want to, but I like to work my core every day, or every day that I strength train, just so I'm getting that muscle activation. I hope I gave you some good ideas with the lemon water, apple cider vinegar type thing. The first exercise is going to be candlestick dips. Now these are fantastic for working the obliques. It doesn't matter if you can't quite reach your fingers to the floor, just try your best and make sure you're not compromising your posture, so make sure your back is staying nice and straight. The next exercise is a Russian twist interchanged with some V sit-ups. Now I would usually use a plate in the gym for this, however I didn't have a plate on me today, so I used the biggest book that I have, which happens to be a Nigella cookbook, so shout out to Nigella, thank you. The next exercise is a sit-up to overhead reach, and I really love this exercise for targeting the upper abs, and also I find them a little bit easier than traditional sit-ups. Next up are lying leg raises, and these are one of my favorite ab exercises. They really target your whole core and they are just so good for your stability and your posture. If you struggle to do them with straight legs, you can do them with bent knees as well. Next up we have quite an advanced move, which are plank up downs, which are so good for not only your core but your upper body. If you need to do these on your knees, that is perfectly okay. Then to finish up, I like to hold a plank for 3 minutes, and I'll start off just holding a static plank, but I will do a mix of side planks, side plank hip raises, I'll do some mountain climbers, just to sort of make the time go a little bit quicker. Okay, now that we've got the exercises sorted out, I am starving and I really need to make some food, so let's head to the kitchen. One of the biggest tips I can give to you is hydration. Now, a lot of girls and guys think that if they drink water, they're gonna hold on to more water, and therefore they're gonna look a little bit more fluffy and they're not gonna get that sort of flat stomach look that they're after. this is so far from the truth. When we drink more water and when we hydrate our body actually gets really, really good at utilizing that water and sort of flushing it through our system and keeping us healthy and keeping us energetic and fit, and that's exactly what you want. So what I like to do is I grab my big bottle at the start of the day, I fill it all the way up with water, and I add some ice, I add some lemon slices, and if I feel a little bit fancy, I add some cucumber slices. It sounds a bit weird, but for some reason, the taste of cucumber in water is just amazing to me. It tastes so refreshing, and then I drink that during the day and I can top it up, and I find that the lemon just sort of gives it that spring, and also lemon is really, really good for sort of getting rid of any bloating that we might have, helping our body flush through toxins and just keeping us well and keeping us healthy. And right now, especially, you can hear it in my voice, I've got a bit of a cold. This is definitely what I need. So I would recommend trying to flavor your water, especially if you struggle to drink water. This is a huge helpful tip. Just add some, you know, maybe some oranges, some apple slices, I've used frozen blueberries and frozen raspberries in my water before, and it just gives it that extra kick, and it's really, really good. So something that you may see a lot in the sort of fitness, healthy living community, something that I've shown on my videos is apple cider vinegar. Now, this is not going to focus, but I'm sure you know what it looks like. I use the Bragg's brand. Now, it doesn't matter what brand you use, but you have to make sure that it includes the mother. So it should have this really creepy looking stuff at the bottom of the jar. That's how you know you've got the right one, and it should say with the mother. Now, apple cider vinegar is so good for you, and you can have it in a variety of different ways. What I like to do is I just heat up the kettle in the morning. I add about maybe a tablespoon into a mug. I add about half a cup of hot water, half a cup of cold water. I then give it a mix, and it's nice warm water. I chug it. It does not taste good, but it's so good for your digestion, your skin, getting rid of bloating, and keeping you regular, if you get what I mean. So that's a huge tip in not, you know, if you want to cut down on that sort of bloated look and you find that you are getting bloated a lot of the time, I would definitely try out some apple cider vinegar. It's also really, really nice as a salad dressing. If I get like pimples or spots, I'll actually just get a bit of the apple cider vinegar and put it on like a little cotton pad, and then I just dab it on there, and it dries out the spot, and it's so good. So this is definitely something worth investing in. Let's talk food. Of course, the food you're eating is going to make a huge impact on the way that you feel and the way that you look. And I find that if I'm not eating at my best, I don't feel my best, and I don't look my best. Now, I have quite a sensitive stomach, so there are a few things that really bloat me, and I try to avoid them. And this is really important for you to do as well. There are going to be food trends, and there are going to be food things that you want to follow, but if they don't work with your body and they don't make you feel good, it's important to sort of resist the urge to do that. For example, I cannot eat eggs. Like, eggs just do not agree with me, and as much as I want to make egg white oats, and I want to make omelets, and I want to make all these fancy things that everyone's doing, I know that if I were to do that, I would end up looking 9 months pregnant. So I sort of avoid that trend. It's like anything, do what works for you. So what works for me is eating simple foods that taste good, are gonna fill me up, and are gonna be nutritious, and that helps me sort of stay regular and stay energetic and stay fit and stay happy. And in saying that as well, another top tip, I'm actually going to be releasing a video on high volume eating. And so like I said before, you know, if you do want to look at getting a flatter stomach or being able to see your abs, and you are holding on to a bit of extra weight, you are going to have to look into going into a cutting or a fat loss phase. And having something like the oats I'm about to eat is perfect for that, because I'm adding some zucchini to really up the volume, and that's going to keep you even fuller and will help you get through the morning without those horrible hunger pangs. So I'm gonna make my oats because I'm really hungry, but basically you will see this sort of stuff if you watch my full day of eating videos. I've got a big playlist on them all. I've got some oat bran, which is higher in protein than oats, fun fact, chia seeds, baking powder to make it all cakey, and then I've got some apple that I'm gonna cook up and add in at the end, and I have got some grated zucchini. This is about 50 to 60 grams that I add in with the oats just before I cook them. So really I can add them in now, and I'm actually going to be using, I will show you this apple crumble and custard flavor protein from My Protein. It is so good. When we first got the flavor, I was like a little bit hesitant because it could be a huge hit or miss. This is a hit. It tastes so nice, and I'm gonna stir that in midway cooking the oats, and it will keep me full because of the protein. It'll help because I just finished a workout, and it's food that makes me feel good. So eat the food that makes you feel good, that makes you, yeah, be energetic. I don't know, I've got to eat my food. I'm going loopy here. Full belly, it would be a time for a reality check to remind you that just because I have abs or just because I have a flat stomach doesn't mean I walk around like 24/7 like that. A lot of the time I have like bloating issues and stomach issues. Just on the odd occasion I happen to look good. So I've eaten my oats now, and as you can see, you know, like I don't have like, I mean my stomach's still flat, but it's not super like lean like it was before, because guess what, our stomach holds water and our stomach holds food, and that's the way it is. And this is just meal one, but by the end of the day, in fact I might insert footage from the end of the day, my stomach is not going to look like this, and that's normal. And if you're looking super lean and shredded at night and like dried out, that's probably a problem, and you should go drink some water. So yeah, reality check, and I'll insert a clip from tonight of how I look. Just finished my last meal for the night, and as you can see, my stomach does not look like it did this morning, and that's normal. That's called food. I hope you try the lemon water because it is so good, especially with cucumbers. Definitely try the apple cider vinegar. It is an acquired taste, but you'll end up liking it, and takes away some of my food tips. As I said, if you want to see what I usually eat in a typical day, I have heaps of playlists that have full day of eatings and all that fun type of thing, and there's way more of that to come. I will be filming a video on high volume eating, so if you find that you're the type of person that's really hungry or likes to eat a lot, this video will be so perfect for you, so keep an eye out for that. And I am going to go and rest my voice now, because as you can hear, I have got a bit of a cold. I hope you like this video. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Share this video with your friends, because they might also be able to get something out of it, and you know, like that's just a really kind thing for you to do. And as always, make sure to just not take yourself too seriously. Have fun, don't stress. My phone's ringing, it's time to go. I'll catch you later, guys.